Welcome to Flow Brewing Tasting. Tonight we are tasting the brown ale that I brewed. This one is called Janet's Brown, and it was formulated, I believe, by Tasty McDowell, who is friends with Jamil Zainasheff, John Palmer. You're probably starting to see a trend emerge, so been following Brew Strong pretty close. But anyways, this recipe turned out very nice. It's got a nice hoppy kind of nose to it, not huge like an IPA, but very nice. The color is cloudy, but well carbonated. You can see the bubbles come up through the beer. The head retention is not as good as we would like, but you know, probably can fix that in a future batch. I was a little bit low on my target gravity, and that's why I brewed this, because I wanted to kind of dial in my brewery and try and make sure that the recipes were that I could dial in the recipes. So when I brew this again, I expect to nail my numbers. I've got the water to grain ratios about down for my current method. And I also know the amount of water in the bottom of my brew pot that will go to waste. And last, I also know how much I lose throughout the process. So, you know, basically my hop isomerization is pretty good. It's a good bitter ale. I did get more hop in this because my numbers were a little bit lower, so that threw the beer off just a little bit. And then last, you know, the beer, I think, could use some finings to help kind of clarify it, and I think that's something that I can work on in future batches. But overall, the color is spot on with what you would expect from a brown ale. Nailed the color. The aroma is great. Nice American hoppy nose for this brown ale, and the head retention, not horrible. I've got a something in the bottom of my keg is kind of preventing my keg from flowing properly, but I don't want to open it up, contaminate the beer. So anyways, this has actually been sitting for quite a while it pours, but what you can't see on the camera is the carbonation bubbles that are rising. It's got about 10 pounds of carbon dioxide in it, which is a pretty good number. So anyways, let's do our first taste. And the beer has a nice medium body. It's got a good carbonation to it. The bitterness and the bittering hops I think are a little bit strong for a brown ale, but I like it for this American brown. I think too that when I hit the malt bill right on the nose, that it will take some of the hops and tone them down just a bit. And I also think that because I'm mashing in with a little bit more water, I need to just scale my batch up on the hop additions as well, just because I've got a lot more liquid in the pot, so I'm not getting as I need to maintain my ratios with the hops in order to ensure that my flavor is scaled appropriately to the recipe. Overall, the mouthfeel on this is you know, I'd say medium to light bodied. It's not real full bodied, although after drinking a couple, you do kind of start to know, you can kind of feel it. So, you know, it's not a light beer at all, but it doesn't drink heavy like a big massive barley wine. So that's nice. Overall, I think that the beer came out as almost better than expected. This is one of the better beers that I brewed. and it was nice to kind of dial in the recipe. It's been a very drinkable ale. I got lots of comments on this beer over Thanksgiving. So I'm looking forward to making a few of those minor tweaks and continue to bring new batches out and for people to taste. So this, hopefully I will get one more in before the new year, and then next year I'll be on a brew schedule where you'll see a Bohemian Pilsner probably early winter or middle of winter. You'll see a big IPA come in the spring. You'll see my jalapeno ale come back in the summer, and then we'll get to a porter in the fall. I will be experimenting with some single hop ales, and then also some session beers off those bigger beers to kind of try, using the grains from my big beer to make a much smaller beer on a second running, and boil that, see how it turns out. So lots to do over the next few months, and looking forward to putting some of these in some competition so I can get some feedback. As always, if you'd like to taste one of these or would like to taste any of my beers, shoot me an email at ben.dickey@flowbrewing.com, and I'd love to share a pint. Cheers.